Hello and welcome. In today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly how to play Willow by Taylor Swift on the ukulele. Now we're going to be working in the key of E minor, the original key for the song, and if you'd like to follow along to a lead sheet, I included a link to that in the description. Now let's get started. So just to give you a quick overview, I'm going to break down how to play this song one section at a time, starting with the verse. But before all that, I'm going to go over all the fingerings for all the chords that we're going to be using. So if you're a ukulele expert, feel free to skip ahead to this time. Alright, so the chords that we're going to be going over today are E minor, D major, C major, G major, A minor, and B minor. So starting with E minor, we place our first finger on the second fret of the first string, our second finger on the third fret of the second string, and our third finger on the fourth fret of the third string. And it sounds like this. Then there's D major, in which we place our third finger on the second fret of the second string, our second finger on the second fret of the third string, and our first finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And then there's C major, and all we do is place our third finger on the third fret of the first string, and it sounds like this. Then there's G major, in which we place our second finger on the second fret of the first string, our third finger on the third fret of the second string, and our first finger on the second fret of the third string. And it sounds like this. Then there's A minor, which is really easy. All we do is place our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and it sounds like this. And last but not least, we have B minor. Now, B minor is actually going to be played as a bar chord, and if you've never played a bar chord before, all we're doing is placing our entire finger on all the strings of a single fret. So in this case, we're placing our first finger on all the strings of the second fret, and then we place our third finger on the fourth fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And now the strumming pattern. Now, this song has kind of a samba beat to it, and the best way that we're going to represent that on ukulele is like this. Down, down, up, down, up. Now, you may have played the strumming pattern before, but in order to make it sound like the actual song, we're going to emphasize certain strokes. And in this case, we're going to emphasize the first down stroke and the first up stroke. So here's what I mean. It goes down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Down, up, down, down, up. Now, if this is too complicated for you, that's totally fine. Just play the strumming pattern as you normally would until you get a really good feel for the rhythm of the song, and then start to incorporate that samba feel to it. All right, and now the chord progression. So, starting with the verse, we have E minor, D major, E minor, D major, and then E minor, D major, and then C. And we hold that C major chord. So it sounds like this when we strum it. And here's what it sounds like when we sing along. I'm like the water when your ship rolling at night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from the look on your face. Lost in the current like a priceless wine. And then the strumming pattern for the chorus, we have G major, D major, A minor, E minor, and then we repeat that, G major, D major, A minor, E minor, and then we hold on that. So here's what it sounds like when we add the strumming pattern. And here's what it sounds like when we sing along. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. And then after that is verse 2, which is played exactly the same as verse 1, and then following that is the second chorus, and that's played basically the same. The only difference is that we repeat it, and we wait to hold that E minor chord until the very end. And then after that is the bridge. Now there is one small transition there, in which we play a B minor chord, and then an E minor chord. And then we go to the bridge. So in the bridge we play A minor, G major, B minor, and then E minor. And that actually repeats 4 times, except for on the final time we play that G and we hold. Here's what it sounds like when we strum it. And when we sing along, life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. But I come back stronger than a 90s trend. And then after the bridge, there's verse 3, which is played the same as the other verses, and then the chorus, which is played the same as the other choruses, and finally we have the outro, which is actually the same chord progression as the chorus. So now I would like to play the entire song for you so that you can practice along with it. And that, my friends, is How to Play Willow by Taylor Swift on the ukulele. Now, if this was helpful at all, I would encourage you to please subscribe as well as ring that bell. And if there are any other tutorials you'd like to hear from this album, feel free to leave a comment below, as well as let me know if there's anything I may have left out or anything you need extra help with. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.